Hello. I was recently researching good home sausage making supplies, including a meat grinder and sausage stuffer. And when I looked at a lot of the new things on the market that are the most widely available things, I didn't really like what I saw. A lot of them were electric and looked kind of cheaply made. When you look at reviews on them, and in my limited experience in the past, they seemed pretty flimsy, that with a lot of use they start to break down and don't have a very long life. So I just wanted to share what I did go with. You know, I see a lot of people searching this online because these are a bit harder to find. It's kind of the old style grinder and stuffer. This here is made by a company called Rite 2, which is, if my understanding is they bought the old patents that are, I think, well over 100 years old now, maybe from the 1800s, for these cast iron heavy duty hand cranked meat grinders and sausage stuffers. And they, first of all, just look cool. They look old and kind of retro, but they're made to those, in the United States, to those original specifications and materials. And so these appealed to me a lot, and I recently got them and had a chance to make some sausages. I just wanted to share my thoughts on them. This one is the number 10, which is one of the larger size. I think there is one larger size that they may still make, but this is a pretty good size. And for doing home-sized batches of sausages, about like 5 pounds, give or take, of meat and fat, this handles it very easily. I'm not tired, my arm doesn't get tired out. It's very easy to use. You can see it latches onto the end of a sturdy table here and can be easily removed for cleaning and storage. The handle here easily comes on and off, and you crank it, you drop meat cubed in moderate sized cubes in the top here, and it comes out the end here. You can see there's a couple of extra die that are very nice and heavy duty. This comes with just a medium sized die regularly, this one, but I bought a larger size die, and in there right now is the smaller size die, depending on the type of sausage you're making or what you're doing with the ground meat. This is very easy to clean and take apart. Again, the handle comes off easily, the front screws off easily, and take that off, and then the die comes out. You can see this is the smaller die. There's the meat cutter, the blades. Then there you just pull out, and this is the screw that pushes the meat forward as you add it in, and then pushes it against the plate that is then cut and pushed through the die of the die plate. It has a little washer here, and that's really it. Those are all the parts that comes apart into. You can easily clean it out when you're done, and then reassembly is very easy. Just line this up like that. Oops, I forgot the blade. Which goes in there, and again it screws back on. I'm at a weird angle here, and then you're ready to go again. The other thing I wanted to show you is this big beast here. This is the Rite 2 larger size sausage stuffer. They also say it's a lard and fruit press, although I haven't used it for that. I'll show you it has some additions that allow you to press other things other than sausage stuffing. You can see this tube at the bottom here. It comes with this plastic one. You can get replacements of different size, or I think they make stainless steel or aluminum ones. That's what you load your sausage casings on, whether you're using hog casings or whatever they are. After soaking them, you slide them on here so that when you press the sausage meat, it comes out the end and into it easily fills the sausage casings as you go. Now, this is a huge, heavy all cast iron thing that it weighs, I think, about 70 pounds. So it's heavy to move around. It's obviously a big thing to store, but if you use a lot, this is really the nicest and most sturdy thing of its type I've seen. I didn't mention earlier that I think the original patents were by a company called Enterprise, whose doesn't exist anymore, and you can still find on eBay and things old versions of these. Again, the same material, same original design and patents. But these are made now by Rite 2, which is a newer company that bought those patents. And this is very easy to fill. You unlatch it, and the top, when the press plate is at the top position, the top easily swings out of the way, and you can fill here with meat. I've only done 5-pound batches, which only about halfway fill this, so you could probably do a 10-pound batch, although I haven't tried that yet, so don't quote me on that for sure. But you see, once you're full, you close it up and latch it shut, and then this handle will lower the press plate, which will go down, and as it starts to press the meat will be forced out the bottom through the tube to fill your sausage casings or whatever you're filling. The other thing I should mention about, and it works very well, the only thing that I'll say is that on a 5-pound batch, at the very bottom there's a little area where the funnel area where the meat goes towards this tube, and that does fill with meat, and when this press plate gets all the way to the bottom, there's still some meat in there. So you actually do lose maybe a sausage or two worth of meat at the bottom there. You could use that for something else. You can make it for, just cook it as caseless sausages, which is what I've done. Or use it for another batch of sausages to follow. But the one other thing I wanted to point out was that this comes with this, I don't know if you can see that there, this cage or basket that goes inside when you change the press plate here. You can see I haven't used it yet. This is a smaller plate that fits within this basket. And that is what's used for pressing other things other than sausage filling. So if you want to juice things, you can press fruit in here. I don't think that, although this is very heavy duty, I don't think you could probably generate enough force to press very hard fruits like apples or things like that. Maybe if it was pureed first, you could do that in a blender or a food processor. But softer fruit like grapes and other berries and things like that could probably be pressed very nicely in here if you're making fruit wine or something like that. But I've just been primarily using this for sausage, and it works very well. I've been very happy with both of these, the meat grinder and the stuffer. Take care.